Hi guys, it's Mark from POND.college, your trusted resource in the UK for ponds and water features. Today's video is all about the basics with Koi Carp. Koi fish if you're in America, Koi Carp if you're in the UK. Check these urns out. So we had a graffiti artist come in and paint these urns, and as you can see, they're beautiful works of art. We've got acrylic on the scalloped urn and we've got spray paint on the rippled urn. But what I want to do in this video is I want to talk about the basics of koi colours and patterns, and also what you should be naming your fish. Now, these fish, you might recognise them if you're a regular to the channel, because these are my own fish that I've had for over 19 years. The reason why they're here at POND.college is because my koi pool at home is actually leaking. It's a concrete pool that I made in 2005, and it's actually got a great big crack in it, and it was leaking about 2 to 3 inches a day. So I moved all of my fish before I took a trip out to America and wanted to make sure that they were looked after okay. So I've just put them in a temporary holding facility here at POND.college just to basically keep them happy. So let's talk about the history, my history. So everything in this video is all from experience. I started keeping koi in 1989. That's over 30 years ago, believe it or not. When I was 11, I had 6 paper rounds to fund my addiction of ponds and water features, and I would love to keep koi, goldfish, catfish, all of the stuff. I had 6 ponds at one time, and I remember to this day that my first pond liner cost me £22. It was blue on one side and brown on the other. So back then, when I was a kid, when I was 11, I wanted to know all of the koi names because I thought it was cool knowing all of the Japanese names for the fish. And what really struck me was how they named the fish, and it was basically Japanese. So the basic names, the basic Japanese names are coloured fish, or white fish with red and black markings, or this type of pattern. So the basics of koi names is the traditional names are based all around the Japanese names for the fish, but the English names is white fish with red and black markings, or it's a tea-coloured fish, char goi. So goi is fish, char is the Japanese colour of tea, or sorogoi, grey koi, grey fish. So these fish have been personally named by myself and my wife. And how we name these fish is we live with the fish for a while, and then we sort of like name them after their sort of like Japanese names. So Simon the sorogoi, and Sally the sanki. We've got Charlie Boy the chagoi. We've got Simone the sorogoi just there. We've got Blondie. We've got loads of other fish. So naming your fish, you can name them what you want. You can go down the traditional route and name them after the Japanese names, or you can name them after, you know, just like you would name a cat or a dog. It all depends for me about the personality. So we've got Fizz, she's actually a mongrel, or a very cross. She's not actually a specific variety. She's a Heinz 57 if you like. And we actually called her Fizz because she loved sort of like taking a shower in a Venturi system. And where's Fizz now? Fizz is at the bottom. She's the erratic one, this one here. And she'll stick her head out right out of the water, and she's very erratic. So I've nearly taken her out of my personal collection because of her behaviour. She's a naughty koi, so that's fun. What colour koi is the most expensive? Well, it's really, the cost of koi, it really is personal choice. The most expensive koi is actually a Go Sanki variety, which means a white fish with red and black markings. The most expensive koi sold for well over £1 million, and it was basically a Go Sanki, so it was a white fish with red and black markings. The next question is, what is the best colour? A lot of people ask me what is the best colour. So some of my customers I'm building koi pools for, they say, Mark, which one should I get? And it's always the same answer: buy what you like. You know, it's just like a painting, it's just like art for me. You could have a very expensive painting and it could be lost on myself, and I wouldn't want to hang it in my front room. So it's literally a case of What are the best colours? It's sort of almost like personal preference. What do you like? It may not be the actual colour, it might be the personality. It may be that it's a fish that's got a funny marking and it resembles something, you know, like a heart shape, or it might have long whiskers like a dragon or something like that. So my answer to what is the best colour for the fish, it's always what's your favourite. So a question that I get asked most of the time is, how do I learn the Japanese names for koi? Well, the best way to learn the traditional Japanese names for koi is to get around somebody that knows the fish and can explain to you a little bit more. So it could be that the stories, it could be that the pronunciation. So some people pronounce all of the different names in a different accent, in a different way, and that's okay. It's how you learn the fish. When I was 11 on a pocket money budget, I just bought a koi book and borrowed koi books out of the library, and I would study them like homework. It would be literally a case of I would try and memorize the koi, and most of the time it would be when I saw that fish. You know, I always remember seeing my first Midori koi, which is a green koi, and it was kind of a weird fish. Also, another thing that's recently just come onto the market is flashcards. So you can get these flashcards, and as you can see, they're like a pack of playing cards. We do actually sell them in the shop, and this is a real good thing that you can actually use, is because you can look at the pictures on the one side and then you've got the names on the back side. So the white fish with red markings is a kahaku, and the red fish with black markings is a Hayutsuri. So with these koi cards, you can basically use them as a sort of like a training aid. You can have them, you can shuffle them, you can test your friends, you can be tested, and it's a great way to learn all of the different koi names. So if you've made it this far into the video, I would like to ask you, what do you name your fish? Why do you name your fish? And you know, do you use the traditional names and just have fun with it? You know, like a lot of my customers, they name their fish all weird kinds of things, and just tell me those stories in the comment section below. My name's Mark, the Pond Advisor, and I'm here to support you, dream, plan and enjoy ponds and water features. Until next time, see you in another video.